Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 6 of Crusader Kings 2 as the Duke of Gangavadi down here in India. Once again, a very big thank you to my Patreon supporter Gamer Cowboy for sponsoring this entire series with his generous donation on Patreon. Thank you very much. Now, one of the issues that I was having in the right click, shift, left click, control, up, down, left, right, A, B, start, there we go. One thing that I was having problems with was actually being able to declare war on somebody else, because the issue that we have at the moment is that we do have some CBs against people, which are essentially these, what do they call them, these border dispute claims. And in order to use those particular, control left click, right, there we go. In order to use one of these particular claims, it actually, where's the border dispute? It actually costs us 224 gold, which is not a problem, we can get the gold, but 200 karma. Karma is something we've been having an issue with. Now, somebody has suggested that we may be able to do it the old-fashioned way. If we go ahead and take our Chancellor and get him to fabricate claims somewhere. So we're going to give that a go. We're going to go and see if we can fabricate some claims. So let's unpause. It might take a while. Now, obviously, when you get a fabrication and you choose to use it, you do actually have to spend some gold. But this might be a nice little way for us to go and sort of grab this independent guy. I don't think... Do these belong to a duke? We have a daughter. Okay, cool. So, you are the same count that owns all of these provinces. I think you're just a count. Now you're directly under the king, which is fine because we're under the same lead. So if I attack you, it shouldn't bring the king in. My concubine has basically sent me a gift. It is a puppy. It'll give me diplomacy and health. So just rotate that, and let's call it faithful. Now, one thing that I did try and do, I seem to remember in the last video, was get out of these societies. I want to go and join this society here, which is basically just the Hindu monks. So let's go ahead and join the society. Costs us a little tiny bit of gold, but that's fine. So we do lose a tiny bit of fertility, but we also gain some monthly piety, which is not too bad. We don't actually see our piety up here now. Have they actually changed that? Because piety, I'm used to seeing piety here where karma is. Or maybe karma counts as piety. Technology, charter, learning, humble, not too sure. Press ducal claims, title loss on succession. Why would we be losing that on our succession? I guess it's because we have multiple sons. Yeah, we have multiple sons. What we'd like to be able to do... did we not change our inheritance? I thought we did. Yes, we have done. Because we are now elective Gavelkind. So how is that a title loss on succession? Shouldn't happen that way. That's weird. Point Councillor. You like me to be your steward? Fine. That's a bit of a strange choice. I didn't think my stewardship was there. My stewardship's only 5. Why would you not have me as a chancellor instead? Seems a little weird. So one of my sons is going to inherit one of these bits of land, and I have no idea why. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Dog is growing quickly. There's some more prestige. Now, hopefully, it won't take too long for our Chancellor to get this claim. What are his chances? 16.61% chance yearly. It's still fairly low. It's definitely hard to get anything quickly. This still doesn't make sense to me. I am the count of all 3 of these counties, and I wonder if it's because... I bet I know. What have we got here? A new bed has arrived in the Muse, and there's a new book from the art of writing poetry in the library. Let's go for this one. I think the reason that this is happening is, if we actually look at the de jure duchies. No, it is part of our de jure duchy. So we should keep that one. Which is the one that we would lose? Talakand. Yeah, that's part of our de jure duchy, so it should have the same ruling as everything else. I don't know why it's saying we would lose that. Consider me confused by the whole thing. This is also part of our duchy as well, technically. What have we got here? The book about poetry was really boring, so we could become depressed. Or we'll just gain the diplomacy. Upon the conclusion of a long council meeting, you decide to make a toast. Of course, one toast eventually becomes many, and the time seems to slip away. Later, you leave the council chamber, you stumble and fall on your face. You can feel the taste of blood in your mouth as the dizziness comes setting in. So you can end up giving someone a favour. We don't want to die. We don't really want to be wounded. We'll ask for help. And who are you? You are basically our priest, as it were. So now he owes us a favour. We could just pay him off. So could I declare war on you? No, because you're not independent. So I'd have to declare war on your king. And it would have to be a de jure claim on this one, Nangadari. What's the other one we've got a de jure claim on? Gangavadi. Is that the actual... the ducal claim? That one would cost us... See, that wouldn't actually cost us anything. We could go ahead and declare that war. See, that is a war that we could do. The problem is this guy... This guy has got... He's got more levies than that. Who's he fighting at the minute? I mean, it might work. We seem to have a fairly decent number of troops. We could certainly give it a go, but we won't have an awful lot of support. With 4 provinces taking on an entire nation. And I really don't know where his armies are. Is he currently in a war with somebody else? He is. You're in a war with this guy. It might work. Let's go and give it a go. De jure claim over here. It's only on 1 province. We should be able to get this really quickly. So we go ahead and declare the war. We are in the war. And this is actually the first time that I have raised any levies. This is the first time that I've raised any levies since starting this game. So let's go ahead and get everybody moved into 1 spot. Make sure we get a leader there. We've lost our marshal. Well, that's not good. You've got an amazing marshal score, sir. You're also a hunter, so you can be my new marshal. And where are you right now? You are doing what exactly? We still lack a physician. You are organising an army. So that basically improves commanders. We could train troops, try and get a better levy size. Let's go for that one. Now then, let's just have a quick look in intrigue. Recruit a court physician. Looks like we're already doing that one. None of these must be true. Has the character modifier secluded with courtiers? Wasn't aware that we were. We're not in hiding. Okay, weird. Right, let's get everybody together. Now, we're not hostile to this army, so that's good. Right, get that last group in. Come on, get together. Sort yourself out. They've got a little bit of an army up there. When are you going to arrive? Okay, everybody's in. So we'll pause up, group them up. Don't have particularly large flanks. As far as commanders go, you guys are terrible. I just like to point that out. Let's go for commanders only. So why have we got this guy who's a 3? We've got some guys here who are 9s. 9s would be much more useful in this situation. So you be the other guy who's a 9. And then let's go and so we've got the 16, the 9, and the 9. Okay, so now we've got an army. Let's go ahead and start sieging some stuff out. Hopefully we've got enough men here to get some sieges. Hopefully... So there are a few other hostile armies in here. Gain the trait Falconer. What does that give us? Diplomacy. Excellent. Sure, let's do it. Quite a lot of units potentially moving in there. We're at war against you. I don't think you're at war against me directly. You're at war against my king. So that's not too much of a problem. As long as they sort of stay away from my army. Which I think they will. They might come down and start trying to raid my lands. But like I said, they're not really against me. They're just against my rule and my king. You are starting to siege my province out, which is not fun. So we'll wait until we've taken this top holding. Which won't take too long because we're already halfway down. And then we'll move over and just try and defeat this... Excuse me. Oh, that wasn't good. We'll move down and try and defeat this army. Preferably before they manage to take my province. Because if they start occupying my stuff, we're going to start losing levy. And we're really going to need that levy, so we shall wait on that one. It'll be a good little fight for us here. This is actually this guy, actually, not the war my king's... No, he's actually given up with that. I thought he was going to go and siege it out, but he hasn't. He's decided to move away from that. What do we want to do here? We'll give you diplomatic, because you've got affectionate, so sure, let's go down that route. Okay, so we've got that siege. What have we got next here? We are working on the city. Might as well go for it. Gain an extra marshal. Very nice. Now, you're trying to unsiege something that this guy's taken. Now, I'm quite happy to let you unsiege it. Because if you unsiege it, then I can go in and siege it. And while you're busy doing that, you're not sieging down my stuff. And, yeah, that's good. So what have you got here? I ask of you to seclude yourself and think about the universe and your place in it. Awareness is the first step to freedom. Chatra. So yeah, that must be what's giving us that. Chatra's plus 0 is 0.5. So Karma is the same as Prestige, basically. Not Prestige. That's Prestige. Karma is the same as Piety. We don't want to go... Do we want to do that? Sure, to complete this mission, select Begin Secluded Meditation in the Intrigue menu. And successfully complete your holy seclusion. If I can find it. Compose a book. Search for a guru, search for a smith. Begin Secluded Meditation. We'll lose 1 diplomacy, but that's fine. So we'll carry on with this war. So things still going well here. We are managing to get this done. We'll have this one fully caught soon. I don't think they actually had enough troops there to do that. So certainly we'll try and catch that army out if we can. There we go. We've actually got this one completely done. Now that's probably going to cause you to move, is it? Are you going to stop? No, you actually still moved in there. Well, they haven't even got enough men there to siege anyway. That's probably why they moved out. No, they did have enough men at one point. Anyway, we are winning that fight with ease. We have a lot more men. I cannot make sense of this passage of the Mahabharata. Mahabharata? The words are archaic and their meanings deeply hidden by copious layers of symbolism. It will greatly benefit my spiritual development if I discovered the text essence on my own. Although at this point perhaps I'd be better asking my Upadhyaya. So 26% chance that we interpret it successfully to a great understanding, or 74% chance that we fail to make sense. Yeah, let's go for that one. Let's see what happens. I immediately sought out my Upadhyaya to request his aid. I seem to have caught him at a bad time, however. He agreed with some discernible reluctance. He had no patience with me when I failed to keep up. I left in anger. So that's hurt our opinions a little bit, but it's not the end of the world, really. Okay, so that's your army down, and we've captured somebody. This actually might work well for us. We could potentially end up capturing somebody important, which could end the war for us, like, pretty much instantly. So, it's not a bad idea taking fights. If we end up capturing the king, that would make that a lot easier for us. Well, we didn't capture anybody that time. We'll just keep chasing this army around a little bit because we don't have Shattered Retreat on. We make some progress in our meditation. Very good. It's losing men all the time. And we have victory. They don't even have anybody to shatter this time around. Now, he's starting to try and put some men back together. That's fine. We'll allow him to do that. A delegation from your subjects has arrived. Large-scale forest clearing work is being done in one of your provinces. Recent illness among the elephants means the peasants don't have enough for the animals to be able to finish in time before the rainy season. They ask you to lend them elephants to speed up the work. So we can spend 15 gold and gain 50 prestige. Sure, why not? Excellent. I was thinking about maybe saving up a little bit of money in case we needed to hire some mercenaries for this war, but I think, at least for the time being, we might be okay. Now, this one's being pretty slow. We're only making 7.6% progress every 12 days. I know that Adi Shankara was a paragon of temperance, however I struggle to control my appetite. While in meditation I am supposed to eat very simple food in small portions, but I am growing weary. I cannot concentrate when my stomach rumbles like this. After a little treat I will return to my duties with focus. I shall defeat my desire with a fast. Sure, let's see what happens. Yeah, he's not really getting enough men together to do anything, and as he has a lot of his provinces already sort of occupied, he's in trouble. How could I show myself? So what happens here? We have, if we become gluttonous... Oh, there's a 30% chance that we could become gluttonous. We didn't get the gluttonous, well that's good. Good that we didn't have that. So we just need to start sieging some stuff out. We're actually involved in 3 different wars at the moment, although only one of them is one that I'm involved in directly. We do have a 61% war score on this guy, and this war was good because it didn't really cost us anything. Heard some disturbing tales regarding your time in holy seclusion. I fear that you are not yet ready for the contemplation I expected from you. We will revisit this mission at a later date, but for the time being I must consider this a failure. Well... bully. Are we still in seclusion? Can we come out of seclusion? Doesn't appear that we can. Okay, fair enough. Let's just carry on with this war then. So we're already at 64%. And if we can take a few more of these holdings, it'll certainly make life easier for us. So one more tick and this this should fall. There we go. What have we got here? Troublesome peasants, local revolt risk. That's my steward screwing up. My wife is pregnant again. There's another 5 prestige. Right, how long will it take us to take down the sort of... I'm going to call it a bishopric because there are some, like, it's a mandir, but it's basically a bishopric. That's a city, and the Tagadur is basically a castle. So I'm currently paused, which is why nothing's happening. So every 11 days, that should go down. This is Gamer Cowboy who's ill. Call for my court physician at once. Do we even have a court physician? The court physician... So we do have a court physician. I didn't actually think we had one. Apparently we do. He's a theologian. He's a renowned physician. He's lustful and gluttonous. He's also craven and ambitious and zealous, but I don't think that's a problem. He's gained widespread reputation having worked in your court. He's now considered a renowned physician. Okay. Doesn't tell me whether or not you actually cured him. Credible reports of a recent sighting of the great white tiger. Saddle my horse. So this, I don't really want to call this an army because it's 59 men marching around. But they're still marching around. They're not really able to do too much damage to me at the moment. You're at 75% on... Why are you going over there? That's absolutely nothing to do with this war. 78%. I mean, we do have the war goal, and this is going to tick up for us. It's probably at the maximum that it will be. We'll train our dog personally. Let's just have a quick look here. Where's the goal for... the score for having the war goal? I think we've probably got as much as we can. I can't remember how much it is that you can get. Probably does still tick up. This time it will not escape me. It probably will. But we're going to pretend that it won't. So we've still got most of our army at this point. We have taken a little bit of attrition, but that's fine. This is going to go down in... well, less than 12 days, whatever the current tick is. You spend weeks in the wilderness searching. We can gain the trait Proud, which would give us monthly prestige. That's not a bad thing, actually. We didn't get it. Okay, so we've got the bishopric. So how long will it take us to get the city? It's got a very small garrison. 12.9% every 12 days. So we might as well finish it. I mean, they're not as worth as much as the top holdings generally are. But the more stuff we can siege out, the better, really. Now, it is quite possible at some point that he may peace out with the other guy. In which case, he may end up re-raising a load of his levies, which could be problematic. I've received a letter from my fellow member of the Advaita Mathka. Dear brother, will you, as the Eastern scholar you are, please offer me some advice on my poetry, or the attempt of it. Reading through the attached documents, there are multiple verses all in honour of Brahma. I am missing the more comforting aspects of faith. We'll see if that's revised. While I enjoy the metaphors, they seem a little forced. Writing is frivolous. We'll just pick one at random, because I have no idea what any of them do. So we'll give that a go. Peace be upon you. It has been brought to our attention that you are perhaps not spending the appropriate effort on matters of theology. We would like to encourage you to set aside your worldly worries and focus on matters of the divine nature. To complete the mission, pick the theology focus in your character screen. No. No, not really. I don't really want to lose what little bit of martial that I currently have. Anyway, we are over the 20-minute mark, so I'm a little short of time today. I'm going to end the video here and now. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying this series of CK2 as Gangavadi. And once again, a very big thank you to my Patreon supporter, Gamer Cowboy, for sponsoring this entire series. I will see you all on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.